So the first tactic I use, okay, and I usually do it with half the risk to test the water, is shorting the first signs of weakness. So you might have a move up when the day starts, and then the stock might, perform some lower highs, lower lows, or, a consolidation here. So what I aim for is to short the first sign of weakness. My stop will be the break of that, my entry, let's say, will be the break of that structure, and my stop will be at the high of the day. Okay? So that's the first entry tactic, okay? And I do it with half a size here. Now, these are the recommended ones I have, okay? So the second tactic is shorting the actual loss of VWAP when it happens. So either you can have a stock that the day starts and consolidates, trades along VWAP, and then it forms a structure, and then you can short that structure. I forgot to mention something here. Even if you don't want to monitor the 1 minute chart, what can you short? The first 5 minute red candle that appears, you can go short at the low of that candle and put your stop at the high of the day if you use the 5 minute, all right? Now, on the second tactic, either, the day starts, the stock consolidates around VWAP, and then it loses VWAP, so you can have your entry here and stop at the high of the day. Or if it has already moved up, this is the first sign of weakness, so essentially this entry here is the first tactic, and then you can have the loss of VWAP. Okay, so you can enter here with a stop above the structure that it breaks. Okay, this is the recommended tactic for, if I had to pick one. All right, and the one that has the better chance of materializing. I tend to use this as well because I want to have a better average price if I want to add on something like this later on. Okay, and the third tactic I have is this, which is shorting the first reclaim of VWAP. Okay, and I use it as a technique to add more shares as well if I'm already short. Let's say I was short here and I was short here. This is a tactic I use to add more shares. Okay, if I miss this and the stock performs this, maybe I will try, again this tactic. Sometimes it's even more, sorry for that, it's even more lucrative than the first two because the stock tends to lose a lot of power after that touch, and it exhausts, the rest of the day. So these are the three tactics combined. Okay. This is the first signs of weakness, the loss of VWAP, and the reclaim to VWAP. All right, everyone? Now, I will give you some rules as well, okay? Now, because you asked for them. The rules I have are, I give myself maximum of 2 attempts on the day that I believe the exhaustion will happen. My max is 3 on something that's extremely rare.